Hi everyone, Nevada Nail Person. So it is Tuesday, April 18th. Happy Tax Day everyone. And yes, my video for Makeup Basket is a few days late, but I did release some videos on Sunday because I was in 2 collaborations. So I will list them up here at some point. So not much activity actually in my makeup basket this past week. I did have some meetings at work, and I wanted to keep it very simple, I guess would be the correct word. So I didn't go too crazy with the eyeshadow. I actually challenged myself to find some one and done shadows, so I can share that with you as well. So I think that's where we'll start off. And before I forget, please subscribe, click that button below, and I'll also have a link below to my channel. I'd love to have you, and this way you can see my future videos when I pop up in your feed, so I'd appreciate that. Thank you. So let's get into this. So 3 eyeshadows that I found and used, along with my ever-present Creme Brulee from Wet n Wild, is 3 different makes. So let's start with what I have on. So it's Nars, and it's a dual intensity eyeshadow in the shade Kari. And this is what it looks like. It's the shade I have on right now. So basically, I guess I lean towards a smoky type eye. So I used the Lorac front of the line in dark brown and just line the upper and lower. And then use this shade all along the lid and a little bit into the crease, along with Creme Brulee at the eyebrow, and then a little bit here and here just to brighten it up a little. So yeah, so this is a nice little shadow. It comes across as a little bit more brown, light brown, but because it's that dual intensity, I guess it has a pinker shift. So when you swatch it, it is kind of sheer. And there it is. So it's a nice eye, overall plain simple eye look. So yeah, that's something I like, and that's another swatch. I got something earlier. So that is Nars Dual Intensity and Kari. So nice little eyeshadow, one and done. And then I also used, this is a Bobbi brown eyeshadow in the shade Camel, number 5. And I wanted something that was kind of like a mustard shade. I wanted to try something like that, but this is the closest that I found. I didn't dig too deep, but in single shadows, this was the closest. And this is probably a yellow brown. It's not really a mustard shade. So let me just swatch that for you. So there it is. So you can see it comes off rather deep in the swatch, and it does come off deep on the eye as well. I think it's actually lighter in the pan. I did wear this eyeshadow in my Target unboxing, so you can see my eyeshadow is a little bit darker. That was this shade. Such a pretty shade though, but definitely darker, so you have to, I would like to share it out more, but it's really quite pigmented. But really happy with this. Definitely a one and done. And because I really didn't pull out a highlighter, I'm trying to use up this little Becca Opal doe foot applicator highlight. So I just use it in the regular spots. But I didn't have anything for my inner corner. So at first I was going to use this as an all over eye look, which is Kat Von D's Metal Crush eyeshadow in the shade Thrasher. And I didn't feel like it would have been appropriate. It's a little too yellowy and too metallic. So let me just swatch that, and mind you, I do have a little bit of that brown still on my finger. But that's Thrasher, so it's almost like a deep, what would you call that, like a bronzed gold, an old gold type of shade. So it almost has like a hint of green in it. So actually I wore this in the inner corner with this Camel shade, so that kind of went. And it was just like a little pop, but not too much. So love these eyeshadows. I mean, look at that intensity. That's after swatching it. So, love these shadows from Kat Von D. These are so much better than her Metal Matte palette. It's supposed to be the same formula, but it's not. These are much, much better. And then, let's see. I did find something different for the face. I'm still using up my Becca First Light as a primer, and the Marc Jacobs were down to the very end. And actually this week, because I don't know, sometimes you get lost in yourself. I got my days mixed up, and I use retinol, but I try to use it every other night, and I think I went with using it day, night, and the next day. So I got a little bit of a burn. So it was kind of like almost like a sunburn, like a very light sunburn, because I looked at myself and I said, what is going on here? Plus I brought the retinol pad too high, so it was in this area. I still look a little off. But I wanted to keep it light with face products, so I just stuck with the CC cream. And then did a little color correcting, actually. I have a little Urban Decay color corrector, like this guy, but I have the sample in green, so I used a little bit of that to cover that up as well. But I did purchase this recently. I don't think I ever actually hauled it. It's from MAC. It's called the Select Moisture Cover Concealer. And this is pretty good. I have it in the shade NC 15. So it's a warmer shade. It's very light. It's probably a little bit too light, but I do have to play with it more. But so far I'm liking the consistency. You know, I do of course have fine lines under my eyes. And I'm finding that the Shape Tape is just a little bit too thick for me. I'm not sure this is a good option for mature skin, at least not mine. So I used this, which is definitely more moisturizing. In fact, better than the Bare Mineral Serum. This is a little bit more moisturizing, so I really like this. I think I need it in a darker shade though. But I just used like one dot, and I brought it down more as a highlighter. So if I use this in the future, it's more as a highlighter. So just FYI, I said I'd update you. And then really the star of the show is this Benefit Cheek Parade. And I love little kits like this where you have a little bit of everything. So of course we have, it smells nice too, Hula Light, regular Hula. This is Dandelion, California, and Rockateur. Haven't even touched Rockateur yet, but I've been using both Hulas. I actually go back and forth because I think, especially right now, this Hula is just like a tad too dark. So if I mix both, then it's, I think, a good shade for me. And I've been using California, and it's an interesting shade. When I rub my brush in the pan, it doesn't appear anything is coming off on the brush. There's a couple of times where I actually look at the brush and say, is there anything on here? And then I wipe my finger in it, and sure enough, I'm getting product. But as you can see, it's very light and kind of like a shimmer too. So it's pigmented, but it's deceiving. So yeah, when you put it on, you get a little bit of blush happening, but it's very, very deceiving. So I don't know. It's very odd. Very pigmented, sheer, but intense. So I think I did play with Dandelion finally today, which is a much lighter shade. So you can see right there. Haven't tried even this Rockateur yet, but it's like a rose gold, I think it's described. But this is such a value, and yes, I just dropped the brush. And the price of this palette is equal to 2 pans. So you're getting 5 full-size pans. So it's like getting 3. So if you're interested in getting one or 2 of these pans. If this color selection is you, you might as well just go for this kit. It is limited edition, but these are sold individually, but it's limited edition with a good value. So I would recommend it. And then just let's go straight to lips. I've been loving the Kat Von D Everlasting lip liner and the shade Lolita, which is the first one that was released, or released to VIB Rouge members at Sephora. So I hopped on this right away. It's what I have on now. It's just the classic Lolita shade. So it's like that dusty brown pink, which I love. So it's like a little bit deeper than my lips. So really, really love this shade, and this formula lasts. Usually I'm not one to splurge on lip liners. I love the Rimmel twist up lip liners, which I love. This is definitely a twist up liner. But this is really good. So yeah, I'll probably be getting more of these. I do have a lot of Rimmel and NYX lip liners that are retractable, but I really like this a lot. Highly recommend. In fact, VIB Rouge sale starts today as well, so I would say pick up one of these babies. And then just on top of it, because it is a lip liner, so it's not very moisturizing, I just pulled out one of these Lancome shakers, or Juicy shakers I think it's called, and mine is in Piece of Cake. So it's just like a nude pink, and it's barely there. It has a tint of color, not very moisturizing, but enough for a lip liner. And then I always had this on hand too, which is another great product I would recommend from the VIB sale if you're interested. This is the Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment. And okay, mine's kind of gross because it's real life, but it's a click up wand, and it has the little gel that comes out with a little scrubby, but you really don't need the scrubby part. It's just like a lip gloss basically, and you can see there's just that little bubble, and that's all you need. That's more than enough. And oh, it's coming out more because it's warm today, but it's such a great product. I don't want to waste this. So you can see you don't need a lot. So love this product, very moisturizing. Like I said, you don't need a lot. So definitely a good product. If you want something for your lips, I would definitely recommend this lip treatment. And then just to mix it up a little, I just pulled out one of these Tarte Lip Surgeon lip cream. It's like a pencil, like a twist up pencil. And this is in the shade Rare. I think it was maybe a special edition. So it's just this nice peachy nude shade. So just to mix it up a little. It smells nice and minty. So that is it for my makeup basket the past week. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll leave the bubble here to subscribe, and I will feature last week's video as well. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.